Okay, this is a follow-up video from the one I did yesterday. The video I did yesterday was about what to do when you feel uncomfortable. And I laid out a simple practice, but I had several good questions in the comment section about that process. So a summation of those questions is, what do I do when I feel discomfort, when I feel resistance, when I feel contraction, but I can't find the thought or belief or narrative that's associated with that, as described in the previous video? Should I just put my attention directly into the sense experience, the discomfort in the body, the contraction itself? So the answer is yes, you can do that, and that's fine. The only thing is the fixations that cause these contractions, the misperceptions, are actually structured in thought, in consciousness. So while it's often not easy to uncover or reveal or elucidate what it is that's actually making us uncomfortable in the moment, at some point it becomes important to actually learn how to ferret that out, how to dig in a little bit and see what is it that we're forming a view around that's causing us to feel contracted, that's causing us to feel restricted. So one simple way is to just start where you are. What's the most simple description of your situation in the moment? It might be something like, I feel contraction and I don't know why. Or I feel resistance to this moment. Or I feel resistance to life and I don't know why I feel that resistance. I can't find its source. That's the thought. That's the belief. And once you recognize that, you can work with it in the way I described in the previous video. Just tune into the thought itself. Just give that thought space to breathe. Don't run away from it. Look clearly at it. Hold it fully in your experience. And that's where you start. A simple statement about your current condition. If something feels uncomfortable, if something feels untoward or contracted or heavy, then there's a perception that something feels contracted or heavy. And how do you feel about that? Give yourself permission to judge it, to recognize that there's something here that doesn't want to feel that. I feel tired today and I don't want to feel tired today. I feel a heaviness in my chest and I don't know why it's there. I feel a heaviness or a tightness in my chest or throat, and I wish I knew what to do to make those go away. I feel pain and I wish I knew what to do to make that pain go away. These simple statements of your view with regard to your experience in the moment, that's where you start. Those are the thoughts that are close, thoughts that are forming the view you're holding right now of your experience. Now, often these are very fundamental thoughts. They may sound very simple, but they're deeply buried within the frame of reference that we consider normal as humans. If you look at what people talk about, so much of it is about utility, what to do, how to make things better, how to fix the problem, how to fix myself. But we're not always recognizing the view, the underlying belief that something's wrong in the first place. Or at least we're not seeing clearly that there's a preference operating there. I shouldn't feel like this. I don't want to feel like this. What can I do to make myself not feel this way? These threads of control that are built out of thought. Those are the thoughts that you can come in contact with and work through them in the ways I described in the previous video. So it is valuable to let your attention drop into pure sensation. It's not wrong to do that. But just understand that when we do this, we're putting our attention directly into a sense gate purposefully, which is fine. But what we're not doing is putting our attention into the thought space in a discerning way that shows us where the fixation is. What is it that's causing our attention to habitually be pulled back into thought, into view, into doership? That's what has to be addressed at some point. So if you can move your attention into the senses, into the sense fields, and just leave it there and it stays there, great. That's non-dual realization pretty quickly. But if something keeps pulling attention back, there's a distraction, a preoccupation, then start with the closest experience you have, the most simple judgment, the most simple observation about your experience, and look at the beliefs built into that, such as it shouldn't be this way, or I need to know what to do to fix this problem, making the assumption that there's a problem. Sometimes when you look at things really closely this way, they untangle in the most mysterious way. It's like, what was I worried about? What was the problem? I can't even remember what the problem was. I just felt the discomfort of trying to fix a problem without looking at the root of it. So that's why we do this kind of work. It doesn't always untie that quickly and easily, but sometimes it does. Sometimes it's just a matter of reminding ourselves the natural feeling of equanimity, of not pushing and pulling, of not struggling, of seeing, feeling, hearing, and thinking what's right here, right now, without trying to make it wrong, without trying to move away from it. Just giving it room to breathe. Give everything room to breathe.